Welcome back everyone to the Cloth Awakening. In this video I'm going to be talking about period underwear. It's a pretty popular thing right now, so I want to touch on this before I go into more about just cloth pads that I use in my experience. All I can share with you is my personal experience and maybe some things that I've heard from other people. And this is something I'm extremely passionate about. I'm going to care about this for the rest of my life, I believe. I will remain passionate about this because this is an important subject, and it's something that I feel that the industry of period products in general are very interested in making money and don't actually care about the women and who it affects or anything. So let's get right into what we want to discuss. I had already been using cloth pads for several years before, it started becoming popular, and, I thought, well, I guess I can look into trying those too, because it seems interesting. It seems like something I might like. So based on everything on websites that I've seen, they say you can use it as a backup or you can use it alone. A lot of the websites have different levels of absorbency, and like they even have, super or whatever for heavy flow, So I thought, okay, well, I know I have a heavy flow, but so I can probably buy one of these products and it should work for me according to what they're telling me. But the bad thing is I've had a very bad experience when it comes to period underwear, and not that I've tried all of the ones that are out there, because I can't afford to waste my money on like trying all of them, not liking them. Like, it's just not worth my time. After I've already had negative experiences, I'm not going to continue to try more brands just to find the one I like when I already have cloth pads that I like. No need for that. But this is my experience. So the first one that I ordered was from this company called Ruby Love. I saw the ad on Facebook, and I did as much research as I possibly could. I read reviews. I watched video reviews. It seemed to check out. I'm sure that I overlooked something. I don't know what, but anyway, it turns out. So I bought 4 of these. I still have them. They're right here. I'm going to be sharing an article with you. I'm going to put it in the description box, and it's going to talk to you about how some of these brands of period underwear that have come out are have chemicals in them, which it's beyond me. I cannot understand why they would put chemicals in what is supposed to be a natural reusable cloth product. What is the point of putting chemicals in them? It's bad enough that there's chemicals in the disposable ones. So it's beyond me why this industry continues to try to hurt us. It's beyond me. So I want people to have this information because I don't want you guys to get hurt. I don't want you to make the same mistakes I did. I want to help you make better choices and more informed decisions when it comes to this. So what happened with me, I ordered these period underwear from Ruby Love. I got 4 of them. This one is modified. I'll explain to you why. And I was on a trip, almost on vacation, when I got right before I got these, and I was going to try them on vacation. And what happened was I had my regular pads with me too, because I wasn't going to rely on them. I was just going to be trying them out while I was on vacation. Anyway, so what happened was, the second that I put these on, it immediately bled through right here where there's no absorbency. This is just like stretchy fabric, thin fabric, like a regular underwear, I guess. But see, the inside is like this, and it's pretty short. I believe it's only like 7 inches or so. So you can see that it's only 7 inches. So that's pretty short. In the cloth pad industry, 7 inches is the length that you would use for a cloth liner. You know what I mean? Like a liner, just like disposable liners are short, cloth pad liners are short. This is not supposed to be a liner. This is supposed to be your pad. So the fact that it's this short, it leaks straight through right here at the front. So I thought, oh well, I guess it's not going to work for me. But I decided I'm going to try them for the rest of the day. And what I did was I put another little pad on top of here, one that I already had, but it was like leaking through now because it was really old, and it was like the backing, it was like a fleece backing or something, was breaking down, and it no longer was waterproof. So I laid one of those on top, and I went about my day. But later on in that day, I thought since I had that thicker pad on, plus whatever is supposed to be absorbent here, that it would be fine. It was not. It leaked straight through the back. So I was pretty upset. I spent $70 on the 4 of these. So I contacted the company. I called them, and the lady on the phone said that I needed to buy their booster pads. They sell like booster pads that fit inside this little mesh area. Like you tuck it in here, and it's like a booster pad that fits here. I told her no, I wasn't going to spend any more money on their product because it shouldn't leak through, especially not instantly. And they couldn't offer me any kind of refund or anything. They didn't offer me anything other than buy more of our product. So I was pretty upset. So that's why I was like, well, maybe they just don't work for me and I should just let my sister try them. So I did. I gave them to her to try. They didn't work for her either. Leaked straight through. And that's why I added a layer of PUL on the back. And I think my sister tried them with the PUL back. And I don't really remember what happened. It still wasn't very good. I'm sure it probably didn't leak through, but it probably still was just not very absorbent. So that was a huge loss. But what I came to find out very recently, in the article that I told you about, that I'm going to put in the description box, please read that because it goes along with this video. Ruby Love is one of the companies that actually has these chemicals in them. And another very popular brand called Thanks also has these chemicals in their period underwear. It's so upsetting because it's exciting to see a cloth reusable product go mainstream, but why does it have these chemicals in them? It's very frustrating. I was just at the store today, and it's a very popular store, and I saw the Thanks on the rack next to the underwear, and it should be exciting. It should be wonderful. It should be a breakthrough, but it doesn't feel that way because of finding out that they are putting some type of chemicals in these period underwear. So what I'm going to do, actually on the Ruby Love website, they say they have technology. This is like some type of special technology, and their layers are, special or something, and they don't show you a real picture of what's inside. They just show you, like one of those drawings or whatever that show you what's inside. I'm going to be throwing these away after this video because after I found out that they have chemicals, I just have them sitting in my drawer. They might not be harming anything, but what's the point of keeping them if they're useless to me? And now I know I really never want to even try them again or even use them for any reason at all. So I'm actually going to be cutting one of these in half here in a minute, just so I can see what the inside looks like. I don't know if I'll be able to tell that there's some kind of chemical inside, but I'm very curious as to what the layers are like inside of here. So, that being said, I went on to the next brand that I wanted to try. One more thing before I move on. Ruby Love continued to advertise on Facebook, and I made some negative comments trying to help people not choose their product, and it actually they actually turned it off so that I couldn't make any more comments. So I'm no longer able to comment. It only has like, I could react or I can share. I can't comment anymore. Of course, I'm not going to share it. What, is it react? Well, something. Anyway, I'm not allowed to comment anymore, and yeah, they cut me off because of my negative comments. So they're a completely bogus company. I can't imagine this working for anyone, but I also heard that they recently lengthened their pads so that they're longer. Now, that might help a little bit, but the fact that it still leaks straight through this part, it's obviously not for me or for people who bleed heavily or at all. So I can't speak to how it works with the added booster or whatever. Anyway, the fact that it has chemicals in it is enough for me to highly dislike this company. So I moved on to trying another. I don't know. I guess I was just obsessed. I thought, oh, this is a great idea. I think it'll be great to have a few period underwear to have or whatever for my period. So I proceeded to find a better one, especially since these are so short. There's no absorbency in the back or the front. You can't use these at night. I mean, it's just worthless. You know what I mean. Anyway, so I tried to find another brand that would have better coverage. They claim that this is for heavy flow. So I got this Lilova brand. This is supposed to be their heaviest absorbency, heavy, and it's all black, inside is all black. I haven't heard anything bad about this company, but the thing is, I feel like this is just so narrow. Like, I don't know how they expect someone with a heavy flow to actually use this and it work, because this is so narrow. Like, it's like a regular piece of underwear, which I suppose it's supposed to be. But anyway, it's literally just, it just wicks on the sides and it gets all wet and all the way to the side, so that can get on your clothes. So it really didn't work for me at all, even though there's absorbency all the way up the back and only about this far up in the front, though. As you can see, this is the inside. So it's only slightly higher, more curvy than the other one. But I'm a person who actually needs it more in the front. I don't really need it in the back like this at all. It doesn't need to be all that high for me. But anyway, I'd say these are just okay. I can use them maybe on a light day, a light overnight. Honestly, they're really not that comfortable. And they don't perform the way they claim that they should perform. So I think I had ordered a 3-pack of these, and so I only tried one. That's why I still have the one, because they allow you to return any unused ones that you didn't use. So I sent the other 2 back, and I still have this one because they only refunded my money for 2 of them, and of course, once I've used it, you can't return it. So here it is, and actually I haven't used it for a long time. Even though I could use it at night, like I said, it's really not that comfortable, so it's just been sitting in my drawer. So I proceeded to look on Amazon now, and I found this pretty cheap one. I got a pack of 3. The reviews are pretty good. I decided, okay, I'll buy this cheaper one and see. So I got the Bambody ones, which are actually recommended on the article that I was talking about. Now, these they don't work for me for heavy flow, which I don't think they claim they do or anything. Maybe they do. I can't remember. Anyway, they work fine if I'm having a light day or I want to be extra comfortable at night and I know I'm not heavy bleeding anymore. This will work fine for me overnight. When I test it out on heavy, it wicks along the side. It doesn't leak straight through, but it gets pretty wet around the edges. This one actually does have the absorbency only back up to here, I believe. I can feel it. But it has like the waterproofing all the way up to the back. And see, let me show you the inside. So the black part would be like as far as the waterproofing extends. In the front, it's the absorbency goes up to here, which is it's pretty good height. But then the waterproofing goes up to here, which is good. It's pretty good coverage for at least the waterproofing to prevent leaks. So these can work pretty well. You know, some people will use them as a backup for, you know, like a cup, which I never really wanted to try a cup. So I'm not really going to talk about those because I don't plan on trying any cups. But yeah, you can totally use this as a backup or as a very light day or night. So I like them because they're very comfortable, they're soft, and I would recommend these because sometimes when you're into your period and you don't necessarily want to wear a pad because you feel like it's a little too much for what's going on, having those is really nice because it's more comfortable and you just can feel like you're already off your period because it feels like you're just wearing regular underwear. So that's been my only good experience with period underwear. I don't plan on trying any other brands or anything. So as the final act of the night for the video, I'm going to cut this open. Here we go. Okay, here we are. So this is how it looks inside. The top layer feels sort of like fleece. I mean, not fleece. I mean flannel. It looks like black flannel to me. And this is some type of mesh, which doesn't really make sense to me because they claim that this will stop the blood from going past here, but it does not. That's ridiculous. So I'm going to pull this apart a little bit more. And it just feels like, honestly, it just feels like felt. This really looks like felt. You know what felt is? It's like that material that people use for like flannel grafts, or I can't think of what else people use it for. But it's like those, they sell them like in little squares at the store where they have at the craft store, at the sewing store or whatever. It feels like felt. I kid you not. And felt is not very absorbent. Felt is not, I feel like when liquid would go on felt, it can easily go through because it's really not that strong. And I can imagine this not being, felt is not an absorbent material. I promise you it's not. And then it has, after that felt layer, it has another mesh-like material. See-through mesh. It's a little bit tighter of a mesh than the one on top. This one's a little more bigger holes, I guess you could say, or bigger weave. This one is a little more fine. You can see it's a little more fine. And then the bottom layer is just the stretchy underwear material. So there's really nothing special in this product. They're literally ripping people off by selling these because felt is extremely cheap. And let me just tell you something. I don't mean to brag, but I am very good at looking at materials, even food, any type of textures. I can tell what it is just by looking at it. So believe me when I tell you, this is literally just, wow, you guys, this is literally just probably a cotton flannel, which in the cloth pad industry, they do use flannel a lot, and it is a good material to use for cloth pads, but it needs to be 2 or 3, 4 layers for it to be a substantial absorbency. So there should be 3 or 4 layers of this flannel if they're going to say this can be used as a pad. As for the layer of felt, that's worthless, you guys. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Yeah. This is a joke, you guys. It bothers me highly that anyone would try to sell this as a period underwear. This is disturbing. And as I'm pulling on this material that's on the bottom part, it's running. You know what I mean? Like a nylon, like nylons run. I can see the runs in it as I pull on it. It's just like getting worse. So they claim to have some type of special technology, and their layers are some special stuff in here, and it's really trash, you guys. I'm so disappointed, but I'm not surprised either. So please, don't let anyone buy this from this company. I'm sure people are cracking down on them, and I've actually heard that they used to have a different name. I think it's called Panty Pop, and they changed their name over to Ruby Love because of problems like people complaining and like they want it to go under a different name for shifty reasons, obviously, to rebrand and make it look like a different product so that people continue to buy it. I don't see how anyone is successful with this. It's a joke, you guys. That's all I have to say for this video. Sorry it was long. This is an extremely important subject, though, and I want people to know, I want to get it out there that some of these companies do not have you in mind. They're ripping you off. So please be careful. I want to gain more experience and more knowledge about these things so that I can help others choose the right thing. I don't want to scare anyone from trying some of the brands of period underwear or, of course, cloth pads. I'm going to go into that more later. And I'm going to be brutally honest with you about all of it. And I don't want any of it to scare you away from using it, because the disposable pads and tampons are way worse for you than anything that could, than the trouble that it might be to wash cloth pads. I'm telling you guys, this industry does not care about us. Please listen to me with an open mind and open heart, because we really do need a cloth awakening. Thanks for watching. Alright, you guys, I just want to add this to the end of the video. I want you to be able to see what happens when I pour water on this and how it absorbs, or what it looks like. Especially since whatever I told you, I want to give you a little bit more of an example. So as you can see, I've poured a tablespoon there, and it feels extremely wet. So that's the top layer. You can see the second layer, it looks shiny and wet. I haven't really pressed on this yet. Let's see. Oh, but it doesn't matter, does it? It's already leaked straight through. Literally, I just poured a tablespoon of liquid on here, and it's already done.